like that the very first time, and I shouldn't have to do that the second time for us to get that wonderful response. Now, we have some people missing today, so I'm going to just move us around a little bit quickly. Markevius and Demetrius, come on up here, please. We got some space up here, so come on up, Demetrius, quickly, please. Contagious, if you would like to move up next to Omar, or Elena, if you would like to move up next to Omar, that's totally fine with me, so you guys are a little bit closer. It's up to you. But if you'd like to, you can come up and move up next to Omar. And if not, that's totally fine. Demetrius, let's move quickly. Now, as they are moving, I'm going to take your, what's your question? No, you're good. You'll be all right. I promise you. I'll leave you. Now, I'll give you a chance to call in just a minute, but just not right this second. Okay? When we get into our independent work, I'll give you a chance to call. Now, there are a few important points that I would like to make to you guys. As you know, I have been recording our class previously. We've had some recordings of this class. I will be recording today's class session as well. Now, I just want to be completely upfront and honest with you about what I got from the last video and what I'm looking for from all of us as a class, not only in this video, but in every single class moving forward for the rest of the year. One thing, I'm going to close the door because I know 6th grade is going to transition in just one second, and I don't want us to get distracted. One thing that we did very, very well in the beginning of the year was we were really, really good at agreeing and disagreeing with each other. And another thing we did that I have failed you on, I have not pushed this enough, is I want to hear your thinking. I don't want to just tell you the answer, and I don't want you to tell me the answer. I want you to walk me through the steps. And most importantly, I want to talk less and explain less, and I want you guys to explain more. The other day when Jeremiah got the chance to teach and some other of our students, like Omar, got the chance to teach, that was awesome. And I want you guys from your seats to be able to teach us how you got to your answer, what you were thinking through to get to your answer, as we work through some material that we learned today. And finally, the last thing that I'm really looking for, when we have discussions about things, you know, some of the things that we talk about in Mr. O'Reilly's room and Miss Wallace's room, the ways to respectfully agree, respectfully disagree, those habits of our discussion, I want us to make sure we continue those in here as well. So are there any questions about what I'm looking for from you guys, what I'd really like to focus on today? Omar? Great tracking, Markevius. Great tracking, Contagious.
I just obviously like you want to like really start checking.
Well, I think that right now, as we see from our point board, my standards haven't changed, and we're no longer in first place. And you guys used to be by far the best homework at tracking, by far the best homework at agreeing and disagreeing and explaining your answers. And I need us to get back to that. Ken James, what's up?
Okay. I need somebody to cheat, but you want us to start like agreeing more or disagreeing?
Agree and disagree more, yeah. And also explaining your thinking. Tell me how you're getting through your answers. I'm going to push you to explain to me why your answers are the right answers and how you got there. Yes, Omar, last thing.
Oh, I just want to say something to class. All right.
Awesome.
Today, class, we're going to, for this video, we're going to show our best side and do our best. So to beat 7-1, because I do not like to lose.
Love that, love that. Okay. So, with that said, I'd like everybody to sit up and track me. And I would like somebody to raise a silent hand and tell me how they would start walking through number 1. I want everyone to track Markevius forward. Go ahead, Markevius. Great tracking, Omar.
You would draw the line down the equal sign.
Okay.
Then you would put the opposite of 7 with negative 7 with negative 7.
So you think I should put -7 down here? Why do you think -7, Markevius? I see some people. I see a lot of people disagreeing with you. I see a few people agreeing. But Markevius, why did you put -7? There's a positive. Okay, I agree that this is +7, but we would only put -7x if the operation was addition. So I want to hear somebody tell me, what is the operation going with the variable? Xavier Rada, help me out.
The operation that's going with the variable is the multiplication. So we got So now we got divide, 35 divided by 7.
We have to divide both sides by 7. Now, here, I'm multiplying x by what number? 7. And the opposite of multiplying by 7 is what, Elena? Dividing by. The opposite of specifically multiplying by 7, the opposite of multiplication is. So I just want to make it clear that the reason we're dividing by exactly 7 is because up here we are multiplying by 7, and we're doing the inverse of that, which is specifically dividing by 7. Who can, real quick, as I cross these out, who can tell me what they believe the right answer to be? Elena Perry. Great tracking. Omar, and look at all you guys agreeing. Awesome job. 5. Now, here's what I'd like to know. Marquise, you said -7, right? Originally. Now, I want you to do your best to give me an equation that would require my first step to be -7 from both sides. There's no equation on the board that will give you that, so I need you to create one. Omar's ready to help you out if you need it. Xavier's ready to help you out if you need it. Terry looks like he's ready to help you out if you need it. You can call on somebody. Be very careful here. Remember, let's just remind you of the question. Marquise, what was the thing you told me to do at the very beginning?
Change the positive 7 to a negative 7.
So he said subtract 7. So what do I need to do to set up an operation that will require my first step to be subtracting 7 from both sides? X plus 7. Okay. So now, if you agree that this equation is going to require me to subtract 7 from both sides to start, let me know. Great job agreeing, Jeremiah. Terry, awesome job, by the way. That was really, really great. Because here, after I draw the line on either side, I subtract 7 from both sides. Who can tell me what x would be equal to in this situation? What is 5 minus 7? Kim Davies? Close. Close. Everyone help me out. -2. Kim Davies, walk me through your thinking. What made you say -12? You added them. But we have different signs here, so we can't add, right? We have to subtract 5 minus 7. Yes, sir?
I thought there was a negative.
No, that's an equal sign. I understand why you think that was a negative. This is -7, but this is positive 5. So, okay, I don't want to get too far sidetracked. Great job, guys. You guys have started off really, really strong. You started off so strong, Marquise. Way to bounce back. We're going to skip all the way to number 4. Actually, no, before we do number 4, let's do number 3. I want to do number 3 first. Omar, help me out with number 3.
Fine, with number 3, I see that you have x divided by 2, so what you do, you'll change it. Well, since your x is your numerator and your 2 is your denominator, so what you do is you draw a line.
Okay, I'll draw my line in the middle. Make sure everybody's tracking you, Omar. Yeah.
Okay. Next, since you got your 2 as your denominator, what you're going to do is you're going to change that to multiplication.
Okay, so the opposite of dividing by 2 is
Multiplication.
multiplying by 2.
Multiply 2.
Okay.
And then you're going to do 2 times 14.
Who can tell me what 2 times 14 is? Terry Wilson Jr. Terry said 28. Kim Tavius agrees. Xavier Rideout agrees. No, Winston Noel agrees. Marquise agrees. Jalen agrees, but not too emphatically. Jalen needs to turn his energy up a little bit if he wants to help this class get a 3 today. 28 is absolutely right. Great job, guys. And how can I check my work? Elena Perry, how can I check my work? It starts with an S. Oh, I see some people that are ready to help you out if you need it. Terry's ready to help you out. Edward's not tracking you, but he might be ready to help you out. Starts with an S. Huh? Simplify is not what we're looking for. You can call on somebody, Elena, if you need help.
What you can do is you can change my operation and see if you get the same answer.
Okay, but what's the word that starts with an S that's so
Oh,
Oh, you got to help if you need it. Not subtract. I got a lot.
Jeremiah.
Switch.
Not switch. Close. Call somebody else, Jeremiah. Substitute is absolutely right. If I substitute in my value for x, what's wrong?
I'm sorry, I have to disagree because he had GF'd out. And I did.
Oh, I thought Jeremiah called him.
I did call him.
Yeah, Jeremiah called him. But, so, x is 28. So I'm going to substitute 28 in for x. And if 28 divided by 2 is equal to 14, then we're good. So let's just double check on our calculators if they're accessible. If 28 divided by 2 is 14, then we know that we did that problem correctly. Give me a thumb up when you have checked your answer if it's correct, and give me a thumb down if it is incorrect. Careful with the calculators, please. $100 piece of equipment. Edward, we don't need to hear that. All right, great job. So most of the group agrees. Great job. Let's move on to our last one. So guys, we have very little time, so I want to get moving into our practice. But how would I set this up, Winston Noel, number 4? Everyone's tracking Winston. Great job, Terry. 6 over what? A equals 2. Now, guys, this is before I call on somebody, I'm going to warn you, this is tricky. This problem is not as simple as you think. I see there are some people that want to help. I'm looking for some new hands. Omar, you have killed it so far today. Great job. I just want to hear from someone else. Terry, you have killed it so far today. I want to hear from someone else who I haven't heard from yet. Ken James, give it a shot. Omar's ready to help you out if you need. He's going to put his hand down and just track if he needs help. Marquise can help you out if you need it. Let's see what you got.
Don't we do slide it down? Put a
Line down the middle. Good start. We're going to start by putting a line down our equal sign.
Oh my God.
We do 6. 6 over 1. Don't we change it? If this
So this is 6 over A, right? Currently this is 6 over our variable. 6 divided by our variable. What's the... who can give Kinjavius a question that I always ask for the first step? What is the question that I say after I draw the line down the middle for that first step? Andres, do you know what that question I ask is? The word operation is in my question.
Yeah, I know it.
If you need help, you can call on some people.
Come
You
on.
can call on someone if you need help.
I know it. Oh.
You got Jeremiah back there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Edward right there.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Huh?
Oh yeah.
Not well. So
Oh, yeah.
where is the variable? We
Oh,
know
yeah.
the variable's below the 6, but
Oh, yeah.
again, the word operation is in my question.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Andre.
Jeremiah.
What operation is to be used is going to be used if what operation
I'll get it. Keep talking.
what
Keep talking.
operation is going to be used since there's not any
It says all right, you're close. He's so close.
What?
He's so close.
I
Marquise.
can't. It's on top of my tongue.
Is what?
What operation is the 6 over 8?
What operation is going on with the variable?
It's fine.
That's absolutely right. So Jeremiah, I just want to clarify. My first question is, okay, we've drawn our line. What operation is going on with the variable? So sit down, please. I love the excitement. You guys are bringing it. Jalen, what's the operation you see here? Divide. Now, let's just calm down a second. I want us to figure out what are we dividing by. So what is going to be the inverse of this? What am I dividing by? So what is going to be the inverse of this? I am going to call on someone I haven't heard from all day.
Yeah.
Tylon. I want everyone to track Tylon. Good job. Keep it up. I'm going to call on you guys. Go ahead, Tylon. Huh? So I'm dividing. So 2's on the bottom.
No.
What am I dividing? Tylon, call on somebody to help you out. What does that mean by flip-flop?
Like, put the 6 at the bottom and put the 8 at the top.
Not quite. You're close, but that is not correct. We're not flip-flopping. Again, go back to the question that I asked Tylon. Everybody put your hands down and open your ears. the question I asked Tylon, can Davis please keep your button in your seat? I love the track. Just keep your button in your seat. The question I asked Tylon was, what is being divided by what? So I'm going to ask Omar to clarify real quick. Everyone track Omar.
1A is being divided by 2. 1A.
A is not. Let's read this one more time. Go ahead, Xavier.
6 is being divided by, A.
So I'm dividing a number by a variable. I am dividing a number by A. Put our hands, guys, I didn't even ask a question. Put your hands up. I love the excitement, but let's just stay calm. Give me just stick your hand out of that book, please, so you don't hurt yourself. 6 is being divided by A. Now, somebody tell me, what is the next step? You've got to stop touching that.
No, he had maybe stick.
Just stop moving, because when you move a lot, guess what happens, right? So let's just chill, right? We got to make sure the camera stays up, so please make sure that we're very still down here at this back desk.
Put a book on the floor.
Now, we figured out that 6 is being divided by A. So Winston, what do you think my next type of steps are going to be? Everybody track Winston, please. Give Winston your love. You know if you want to get called on this, it's very simple what you got to do. 2 divided by 6.
Divided by 6.
Now, if you disagree, so I see Marquise disagrees, Edward disagrees, Andreas disagrees. Okay. Now, Winston, we decided that 6 is being divided by A here, right? What do I always do once I've found the operation? I have to find something. What do I have to find? Call on somebody to help you out if you need it. No, if I'm dividing, I have to do the opposite.
You have to invert. Oh.
So if I'm dividing by A, I have to do the inverse. No, you need to call on somebody. We gotta make sure, again, it's not the answer we're worried about. We're worried about the steps. Edward's ready to help you out. Xavier's ready to help you out. Huh? So Winston said, repeat it louder, please. Multiply. So Winston says the opposite of division is multiplication. So if I'm dividing by A, what's the opposite of dividing by A? Go ahead, Jeremiah. Multiplying by A. If you agree, let me know if you disagree. So then I would multiply both sides of the equal sign by A. So here's what I need. Now, Omar, walk me through our next steps, because now it's going to be complicated. Actually, I've called on you a bunch, Omar. I'm sorry. I'm looking for a new hand. I have called on you a bunch. I'll answer your question as soon as this is... Actually, okay, let's stop. Stop. Omar, which question? Okay, so let's just pause a minute. So, who can walk me through the next steps of this equation now that I know I'm multiplying both sides by A? Marquise.
You will have to multiply 6A, 6 times 8, and it'll be 6A. You're going to multiply 2 times 8, it'll be 2A.
So on this side, I definitely have 2 times A. But I have 2 A's here. What happens to these 2 A's? One's multiplying, one's dividing, and when they're opposites, let's think about the process, right? I have, the reason I multiplied by A is what? Why did I multiply by A?
Because it's the opposite of division.
So when I have opposites, what happens to opposites?
It can be changed back to equal.
They cancel out. So I'm just left with 6 equals 2A. Because my multiply by A and my divide by A cancel out. Elena, what's my next step? What's the operation going on with the variable? Great tracking, Terry. We got some people that are ready to help you out if you need it. Marquise, get together. So draw a line to the equal sign, and I'm going to divide by both sides. Conjavius, here, this is A multiplied by 2, so what am I going to do? here we're multiplying. Now, because we're multiplying here, what do I have to do in order to get a by itself? Somebody tell me. Xavier.
To get a by itself, if you're supposed to divide, you're supposed to divide 2 on both sides, and then that 2 cancels out, and it equals 12.
6 divided by 2 does not equal 12.
It equals 3.
It equals 3. So, 6 divided by 2 is going to be equal to 3. Now, I know I've been up here talking a while, and I'm starting to lose a little bit of attention. That's not your fault, that's mine, because that problem took me a very long time. There was a lot of guesswork involved. What's really important is understanding that in this first step, when I'm doing 6 divided by a, I have to do the inverse of what is happening. I know you have a question, and I'll get you. So, when I'm dividing by, the opposite of dividing by a is multiplying by a. That's why I multiply both sides by a. Then I get 6 equals 2a, and I just do my regular problem, where I take what's going on the side of the variable, and I divide by the coefficient, which is something we've done previously. Marquise, what's up? We are not going to do number 2, because I got to get into our work for the day. Yes, Omar.
I got coming.
Okay.
That's why I said, like, I think in multiplication, you just switch back to the beginning.
Okay. Okay, I see what you're saying. Thank you for clarifying, because I did need that clarifying comment. Thank you very much for clarifying. I need everyone to open up your textbook to page 174 as fast as you can. Go. Green textbook. Green textbook 174. Green textbook 174. Talon, you've got 2 green textbooks on that desk. Make sure you're gentle when you place them down on that desk. Ken Javius being the first one down. Great job. Great job, Winston. Winston's written on the board. Great job by Jalen Allen. Awesome job by Kim Tavia's going to go on Elena. Awesome job, Elena. Elena, can you read number 1 for me, please? 6x plus 5 equals what, Elena? This, who can look at this and tell me what's different? What is different about this than the stuff we've been doing? Groaning will not get me to call you any faster. Terry, give me some love. Tell me what's different. Everyone's tracking Terry. Good job, Omar. Great job, Marquise. Really great job today so far.
Oh. Oh, Terry, I can help you.
There's a lot of people who want to help you. If you need help, just call on somebody else, please.
Terry.
Just call on somebody else.
Hey, Terry. Hey,
Terry, who did you call?
Hey, Terry.
Okay, go ahead, Winston. And so the variable is what? When you say the other number, you mean 6? Yeah? That's the only thing that's different, because I'm pretty sure we've dealt with 6x equal stuff before. Remember, hey, let's go back to the do now, Winston, real quick. Come on, Winston, give me some love for a second. Now, Winston, here I have a coefficient in the variable and some on the other side of the equal sign. So what's different about this than what we just did? Everyone's tracking Winston, and if you want to help him, you know what to do. They'll call on you. So Winston, you're right, but I need you to just explain it a little bit more deeply. So Winston, you said it has a variable. Please clarify, because I couldn't quite hear you. Yes, you can. Go ahead.
Come on. Hey, man, you got this.
Well, Mr. Hasty, see what you do here is that we use a variable and another number with the equation.
A variable and a constant. So Winston, I just want to clarify. Please sit up, Winston, before I get upset. I understand that. Please forgive me. I'm so sorry that you feel like I didn't hear what you were saying. There was a lot of excitement in the room, and I didn't quite catch exactly what you were saying. That's why I asked you to clarify. It wasn't because I thought what you said was wrong. So Edward, you're absolutely right. We not only have a coefficient and a variable, but this time we also have a constant on the same side of the equal sign, and then another constant on the other side of the equal sign. So, Andreas, what is the order of operations? PEMDAS. So what does the P stand for? What does the E stand for? What does the M stand for? What does the D stand for? What does the A stand for, Elena? And what does the S stand for, Thailand? Subtraction. So, I'm going to ask you to pick your head up, and you know exactly what I'm talking about, so let's get it together. All the way. Now, today, we're going to start dealing with two-step variable equations. Jemiah, can you read my objective, please? Champions will be able to. So we are going to use reverse order of operations to solve two-step variable equations. Everybody write my objective down on your loose leaf sheet of paper right now. We're done in 10. Done writing down in 9. Done writing down in 8.
I didn't know what she said.
Done writing down in 7. Done writing down in 6. Done writing down in 5. Oh, are you done right now? Three.
I can't hear nothing she's saying, and I'm halfway blind, so I can't see nothing up there.
I'm legally blind.
I'm legally
1
blind too.
and 0. Awesome job, Jalen. Great job, Kim Tavius. Great job, Winston. Bounces back. Great job, Brandon Powell. Now, what?
I'm saying right down the thing.
It says use reverse order of operations to solve two-step variable equations. Now, why is this a two-step variable equation instead of a one-step variable equation? Think about how this is different from what we've studied and how solving this will be different and require, I'm assuming, 2 steps. So, Jeremiah, how do you think this is different? Everybody track Jeremiah. I got you next time. I know what you're trying to do.
It is different because on the other equations that we did, there were only 2 numbers in a variable, but now there's 3 numbers in a variable.
Okay, so it's different because I've added this extra constant. Omar, how do you think I'd go about? Let's look carefully at our objective here. How am I going to go about solving this problem? Reverse order of operations. Let's think about that. Everybody, please track Omar. Allow him to fight through this as you guys support him. Go ahead, Omar.
All right, what I think our just is instead of multiplication and adding, you'll do the opposite of multiplication and add. You'll do division and subtraction.
Well, multiplication and division go together in the order of operations before addition and subtraction. So you're off to a really strong start. But I don't know, your pairings confuse me a little bit. Winston, let's build on this, right? We know that the order of operations is parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, addition, subtraction. So if I were to reverse that, what would come first? Hold on, slow down. Let's go back to the order of operations. Forget about the problem a second. Winston, if I were to reverse this, what would come first? Normally parentheses come first. If I reverse this, sit down, Mark, if I were to reverse this, what would come first? Addition and subtraction. So if I'm going to use the reverse order of operations to solve this problem, Markevius, what do you think I'm going to need to do first based on what Winston was just talking to us about? Great track. Terry, you are leading the way right now.
All right.
You what? So you're saying that if I reverse, this is the first thing in the order of operations if I were to reverse it.
Yeah.
This is the reverse of the order of operations. So what comes in the beginning? Subtraction and addition. Is there any subtraction or addition going on in my problem here? Raise a silent hand if you'd like to tell me what it is. Kim Tavis. Good tracking, Terry. Good job, Omar. Is there any addition and subtraction that's going on in my problem here? What is it? What's the addition and subtraction that you see? Plus 5. So now I got to do the inverse of that. What's the opposite of plus 5, Brandon Powell? Subtract what? Subtract 5. Now, I need somebody to raise a silent hand and tell me what that leaves me with if I subtract 5 from both sides. What is that? What is that going to leave me with, Terry Wilson? Cancel those out. Okay, so Terry, keep pushing through, Terry. 24. If you agree, let me know if you disagree. Oh, look at all those agreeers. Look at all those agreeers.
Hold up. We agree.
So, do I know what X is worth right now?
No.
So maybe I need to do, how many more steps do you think we should complete? Or what, or how, what do you believe we should do next? What are we going to do next? Let's see here. Edward Benton, what do you think?
Well, I say we should multiply next.
Multiply. What do you want to multiply by?
I disagree.
Well, yeah, 6
I disagree.
times 24.
I disagree.
Well, everybody slow down.
Come on.
Now, he said we want to multiply by 6. Do we agree or disagree? I see Omar disagrees. Jeremiah disagrees. Edward, why did you say multiply by 6? Everyone should be given... Everyone should go ahead and track Edward. Why am I multiplying by 6, Edward? Why did you say multiply?
Oh.
You see, it's like, when we were in print out, you were supposed to divide and you were supposed to, reverse it and multiply together.
Okay, so here you're saying we're multiplying, we're going to reverse it by multiplying again. So multiplication is the opposite of multiplication.
No.
You're
No, no.
retarded. Oh.
Okay.
All right here.
Okay, call Edward. Edward, go ahead and call on somebody to help you out. Edward, go ahead and call on somebody to help you out.
Terry, I got you if you need.
I disagree with Edward. You supposed to divide.
Woo!
You get the
Why am I dividing, Terry?
Because we probably divide because it's just like
I know why. I can help you too.
I see some people that are ready to help you out. You can go ahead and call somebody.
We are dividing cut. It's the opposite of multiplication, and we're doing the inverse operation.
That's right. It's the opposite. I agree. It's the opposite of multiplication. He said it is the opposite of multiplication. But here we're multiplying. So we're going to divide both sides by 6. X is equal to 24 divided by 6. Omar?
Whoa.
Ooh. Yeah, man. I totally agree.
Now, everybody put your hands down, please. I just have a quick announcement I'd like to make. So we've now been in class about close to 30 minutes, right? You guys are going to have the next 30 minutes to work independently. But I am a little bit disappointed with the last 5 or so minutes. Can anybody raise a hand and tell me what they think, or why they think, or how they think I got upset after being so excited with the way that we started this discussion? Elena, everybody please sit down and track Elena with our butts in seats. Go ahead.
I think you upset because you was like, when you called on somebody that other people was like fucking over and everybody had too much to say and stuff. And some people want to distract and stuff.
I appreciate that. I'm gonna agree with some of what you're saying. Anybody else have anything to add? Call on somebody else, Atlanta, to add to what you're saying.
I didn't want to say nothing.
Okay. Okay, so call on somebody else who can talk.
Alina.
No, she just call on somebody else. Get back in James.
Well, the reason you thought, well, 'cause you thought
Stop.
when we first started.
Stop this. I want to say that part of this has to do with the fact that none of us are looking at Kinjavis right now. Thank you, Jemiah. Thank you, Terry. Go ahead, Kinjavis.
Well, the reason you are upset because how we started the class, you thought it was gonna be like a grade day. You thought we was gonna have like 3 letter, and you thought we would go like the video was gonna be good for like we worked on it, and how people was getting upset and weren't answering like answers correctly.
So I appreciate that. I actually have zero problem. I see Elena. I saw that you disagree. Thank you for agreeing to disagree. Let's put hands down 1 second. Now, I want to make very clear. I have zero problem. I have zero problem with wrong answers. I think wrong answers are good because they help us understand where we mess up and how we can get the right answer. But I have a serious problem with that. I have a serious problem with people talking while I'm talking, and I have a more serious problem with people not tracking, not engaging, not being focused. So please let's make sure that even though we started really, really strong, and I understand I made this discussion long, you guys did a great job for the first 10 minutes. Everyone was tracking. We were agreeing and disagreeing respectfully. We were giving evidence. But then as time went on, the strong prevailed. The strong continued to show that they could track, and the weak got sidetracked. Some of our people who hadn't trained themselves to do this decided to start focusing on other things and making noises and getting distracted and forgetting our rules. So next time, I'm going to challenge us to be able to contain that, sustain that energy, that focus, that really strong will for the whole 30 minutes that we work. Now we're going to get our independent practice done. So you guys are going to do problems 2 through 29. You're going to skip 10 and 11. I am going to come around and help you. Omar, what's your last question before we get started?
I think the several problems there are impacted. I think that can help their problems decide them to get on track.
I love that. I love that. Yes, sir.
I think some other people are not training because they have like a bad day and they partners should help them out so they can go on.
I love that, Terry. I think that's so right. I love that. Thank you for agreeing, Kid James. That's awesome. So, partners, let's work together. Let's have some strong group work right now. Let's get going right now. In the next 20 minutes, you need to be finished with all 29 of these problems. Let's go. The only ones you're skipping are 10 and 11. What's up, fellas? What? Would you have a pencil that work? Pencil? Well, all right, well, I think you can I know, but I'm going to make sure. I'm going to keep it. Play. I know you work somewhere else.